Hey friend, welcome back. I'm so grateful that you are spending this time with me today. Today is episode 50. I can't even believe it that we're already 50 episodes into the podcast. And I am so grateful that you have been along with me on part of this journey. It has been such a fun ride, and I can't wait to continue bringing you all the great topics that you need. Leave me a comment if you have any topics you'd love for me to cover. And to celebrate 50 episodes in, would you please take a moment to leave me a review? I love to hear from you. I hope I have earned a 5-star review from you, and I'd love to just hear what you have to say. And if the podcast has blessed you in any way, and you may even be featured on an upcoming episode. It would mean so much to me, so thank you in advance. Okay, today's episode is going to be how to save money on all of the activities that your kids like to do. So I don't know if your kids are kids that like to do a variety of activities or always seem to be involved in multiple sports and after school activities at the same time. Those activities are very expensive, some more than others. And I know if you are like me, there have been times you may have had to say no to your kids in the past due to budget constraints. So I have some great tips today on how you can save money and still allow your kids to be active in the things that they really enjoy doing after school, during school. We'll be talking about not only sports, but also other types of activities, ways that you can save money and get your kids involved in things that they love. All right, let's get into how we can save money on your kids' activities. So one, I really recommend only having your kids participate in one sport or activity at a time. If you cannot afford multiples or you don't have time, as they do take a lot of time, have them pick their favorite. And this can change season by season. A lot of sports are just season only, but other types of activities like music lessons may be all year long. So have them pick their favorite at any given season and allow them to explore the different types of sports and different types of activities to see what they really love to do. Next tip is to look for any scholarships that you may qualify for, especially with sports or anything that costs money but is through your school. If you qualify for any of the reduced or free lunch programs, you may also qualify for discounts and scholarships on school activities. Next tip is to shop around for less expensive programs or camps. So if it is just something they want to do a certain type of camp in the summer, or maybe they want to take cooking lessons for kids or swim lessons, adventure camps, horse camps, whatever it is they're interested in, look around at all of the variety that is being offered. Check the different prices, check everything that is included. How often do your kids get to be involved and participate? Are there other expenses once you join? Look at the whole picture and really shop around for the best value for the money. Your next tip is to register early for early bird pricing or discounts. A lot of sports, I know when my daughter wanted to play soccer, there's always early bird pricing. So if you can register by a certain date, you'll pay less than after that date. So the next tip is, if you are looking at a certain program to get your kids involved in, see if you can volunteer and if that will save you any extra money. Some programs do offer a discount for parents who spend a certain amount of time volunteering. So look into what that commitment might be and if you can fit it into your schedule. The next tip is to look for any used or free gear or uniforms or whatever the items are that the kids need for the activities. See if you can get the items very low cost or even free. Put out requests in your local Buy Nothing groups that you are searching for certain items. It can be cleats, it can be uniforms, sporting goods, it can be musical instruments, art supplies, electronics. So whatever they're into, look for items used or free and put out the posts of what you're searching for as well. A tip if your kids are into band and they need a certain musical instrument is look into purchasing one used. It can be a lot less expensive over time than renting it monthly. I've seen on my local Facebook marketplace, I've seen trumpets. I've been looking for one for my daughter. She really wants to start playing the trumpet in band this coming year. She's going into 6th grade, and band is offered only for the 6th grade at her elementary school. So we have found trumpets for $40 to $60 pretty regularly. And you can search on YouTube for how to clean instruments and what pieces you might need for replacing. But renting month over month over month is going to cost you money in the long run. And if they end up loving it, you'll have the instrument that belongs to you rather than having to re-rent it every school year. And also, if they don't love it, then you can sell it at the end of the school year and get most, if not all, of your money back. Another tip is to find free lessons on YouTube. So if your kid wants to learn how to play an instrument like guitar, for example, or piano, or any instrument at all, really, or coding, anything that is like typing and coding for computers, science projects, there are such a wide variety of free lessons on YouTube. These can be gymnastics lessons, dance lessons, you name it. Whatever your kids are into, search on YouTube and look for those videos. Tutorial is a great keyword on there. You can even find lessons on how to get better at soccer or baseball, any kinds of tips for all the different types of sports. So utilize YouTube. It is free, and your kids can actually get a visual of what they are explaining and doing, which can help make things easier to learn for visual kids. Another tip is to make your own camp if you're at home. Like in the summer, this is a great thing, or if you do homeschooling, pick a theme every day. It can be cooking, crafts, outdoor games, field trips to the park, nature walks, hiking, volunteer somewhere that's kid-friendly, Lego, robotics, gardening. Plan your own camps at home, and if you have older kids, have them help plan a camp for the younger kids, and then they can even be the teachers or the mentors. The next tip is to take advantage of clubs at school. If your kids go to a school, oftentimes there are clubs after school. At our elementary school, they have a lot of clubs that are completely free for kids to join, like Lego robotics, STEAM club, gardening club. They started this past year. My daughter loved it. Battle of the Books, where they read so many books and then they compete against other teams in the state for trivia questions on the books that they've read. Track and field, card trading like Pokemon, martial arts after school programs, etc. There's so many different after school clubs and programs. See what your school is offering, and a lot of them are no cost. The next tip is to attend free kids events at your local library. So libraries often have extra events for kids like Lego building, story time. Depending on their kids' ages, we've had dance classes, book clubs, all kinds of things at your local library. Even sessions on teaching them how to use their 3D printers and making things with those. All kinds of events at your local library that are free. So go onto their website and find out what is coming up. Another tip is to look at lower cost classes and programs at your local community center. Oftentimes your local taxes go to help paying for the local community center. So a lot of the classes cost you less money when you live in the area that pays taxes to that center. So they can have swimming pools sometimes. They may have all kinds of different exercise type classes. If they have a big gym, they will teach a lot of different cooking classes, computer classes, sewing, knitting, all kinds of things. So look at your local community center and see what kinds of classes they offer. A lot of times the classes do cost money, and they may be several weeks, like 1 or 2 days a week for several weeks, but they can be pretty low cost for a class that your kid would really love to take. The next tip is to have your kids earn the money for their activities. So have them collect cans and bottles, or if they earn an allowance doing chores, maybe they can do extra chores for some extra money. Maybe they can get quote unquote sponsorships from relatives. They can help mow lawns, do a lemonade stand or a cookie stand, have a garage sale, sell some of their items. So have them think about earning the money themselves. Maybe they want to plan a car wash, whatever it is. Have them put some skin in the game and earn some money themselves. If they really want to do the activities badly enough, they will find a way. And if they don't really want to spend any effort or time earning money, they probably don't really want to do the activity that badly. So this is a great conversation to have with them and see what they are willing to do to earn the money. And then the last tip is once you do have your kids involved in something, if it takes driving them to practices and to games, carpool with other parents and trade off. So that way you only have to take them to practice maybe once a week or once every other week, and other parents fill in the other days on those weeks to all the practices. So it just cuts down your gas, it cuts down your time. They can make friends, you can make friends, and it's a great way to just save time and money in the long run, as well as trading off snacks of who brings them to the games. If it's sporting events, a lot of times there's a different parent that will bring snacks each time so that you only are responsible for one time all season long. Another tip can be to go in with a few other friends for a small group semi-private lesson. Swim lessons this works well for, certain music lessons this can work well for. So just check and see if semi-private lessons would work better. Horse riding skills, anything that offers a private lesson. They may also offer a discount for a small group so that you don't pay as much as a private lesson. If you are joining some other friends, they can get a lot of one-on-one time still without the cost of a private one-on-one lesson. All right, I hope those tips help you this coming school year with all the activities that your kids may be interested in doing. Leave a comment. I'd love to know what your kids are into. What kinds of activities do you do? How many activities do your kids get involved in the school year? What is next? What's the next activity for your kids? I hope this episode will help you save some money on upcoming activities for your kids. Again, if you haven't, real quick, would you please leave me a review before you go? And thank you again for being here with me today. I hope this episode helps in some of your expenses, and I will talk with you next time. Blessings to your family.